Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about powers of attorney and healthcare proxies. Now, I've made other content in the past where I basically said to you that I think to a large extent when it comes to behavioral health issues, substance use and mental illness, that I think that healthcare proxies and powers of attorney are, I wouldn't say useless, but I don't think they help that much in terms of giving you control over your loved one with regards to their medical treatment. And what I mean by that is sometimes we get calls from folks who say, well, I want to do healthcare proxy and a power of attorney because my loved one has been Baker Acted in the past and I want to make sure this doesn't happen again. And my response to them is, look, the Baker Act is a statute that allows the state of Florida to take custody of somebody when, as a result of some type of mental health crisis, such as they're suicidal, there's an emergency situation, in which case you should pick up the phone and call 911. And the state's authority, the state's power to take somebody into custody, either through the criminal justice system or through the mental health system, trumps any authority that you believe you have that was given to you in a healthcare proxy and or a power of attorney. Now, does that mean that you shouldn't get a healthcare proxy and a power of attorney? No, I think it can be useful in certain circumstances. For instance, let's say you're an individual who has been Baker Acted in the past. I think that first of all, I think having a power of attorney is a good idea. Why? Because you could give somebody authority, one, to use your bank account and credit cards to hire you a lawyer. Two, maybe you give them authority to pay your mortgage or your rent or make your car payment or pay your electricity bill. Frankly, even take care of your pets, things like that. Now, the healthcare proxy, while it won't trump the state's right to detain somebody, to Baker Act them, it does give us an extra argument, right? So we can go back and we can go in front of a court and say, look, judge, not only was the detention illegal, but this person never intended for the state to have authority over them. It was given to that person, somebody else. And so I do think there are instances where it can be useful, but I want to caution you. The state's right is the ultimate power here in Florida, and frankly, in most states, where there is a version of the Baker Act. And so this is sort of a cautionary tale. I think they're good ideas, but just understand the limitations of a healthcare proxy and a power of attorney. And frankly, not only are they revocable by the person who's given you this authority, but unless you're willing to go into court and enforce the rights you believe you have, then it's just a bunch of, words on a piece of paper. And so that's my 2 cents about healthcare proxies and powers of attorney. If you want to have a conversation with us about how we can help you to get those documents drafted correctly, as opposed to going on something like LegalZoom and just hoping that it's right, and then finding out, 6 months, a year, 2 years from now that it's just, that they're not even worth the paper they're written on because they're not legally sufficient, we'd be happy to chat with you. And with that said, I would love a thumbs up on the video, and if you could subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.